and welcome back to this Lightshow video series. In this video, I'm going to show you how to perform a light show in Ableton Live using your Launchpad Mini. Please ensure that your Launchpad Mini is connected to your computer via USB and configured with Live as we demonstrated in the previous video. To get you up and running, we've created a Lightshow project file for you to get started with, which you can see just below this video. So I'm going to click on this project to download it. Once the download is complete, please navigate to your Downloads folder and unzip the file like this on a Mac. And if you're on a Windows machine, right-click the zipped file and select Extract All, ensuring that you select the Show Extracted Files When Complete checkbox. At this stage, I would recommend navigating to your Documents folder and creating a new folder just like this on a Mac, and just like this on a PC, and name it Launchpad Projects. Then, copy and paste the unzipped file into this Launchpad Projects folder so that you don't accidentally delete it if you clear out your downloads. Any future Lightshow project files that you may download can also go into this folder to keep all of your Lightshow projects organized. Then, open Live. Click on Add Folder in the browser on the left-hand side of Live and navigate to the Launchpad Projects folder that you just created and press Open. This is what this will look like on a Mac, and this is what this will look like on a PC. You'll now see the folder available to open in the browser on the left-hand side of Live. Click on this and then navigate to the .als file and double-click to open the project. This project is now opened up in Live. Before we start playing this light show, let's run through exactly what a light show is. It's the performance of an existing song using the Launchpad, and there are two elements to a light show: the audio and the light effects. So a song gets split up into small audio clips, and these audio clips can be loaded onto the pads on the Launchpad Mini using a drum rack. Then, light effects are created using MIDI tools inside Live, which can also be loaded onto certain pads of the Launchpad Mini using an effects rack. Now, in order to begin performing this light show, we need to configure Live to send the incoming and outgoing MIDI to the right places. We need to make sure that the track with the audio samples just here is receiving MIDI data from the Launchpad Mini, and this means that when we press a pad on the Launchpad, audio files will be triggered. We also need to ensure that the track with the light effects is receiving MIDI data, which will come from the audio track. We need to set the monitor to in, and we need to make sure that MIDI is being sent back to the Launchpad Mini to display the light effects. Finally, make sure both tracks are record armed. If you can only arm one track at a time, then right-click on the Record Arm button and disable Arm Exclusive like so. So to summarize, when a pad is pressed on our Launchpad Mini, a MIDI note comes into Live. This MIDI note is then received by the track with the samples on and triggers an audio file. And then that same note is also received by the track with the lights, and this triggers a light effect, which sends a set of MIDI notes back to the Launchpad and lights up the pads, thus creating a light show. Now, let's play the light show that you have in front of you. Press the User 1 button on your Launchpad Mini, which is the 6th button across on the top row of pads. Your light show is now ready to go. I'm going to play through this light show for you, and then break down the elements included so that you can play it and experiment with the included sounds and light effects. Okay, so the melody, chords, and drums at the start of the project aren't really very straightforward in terms of their timing, so you need to be able to keep time in your head to play along to this light show in time. Now, to practice getting an idea of the timing, let's play the drop section and count along 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we can use that timing when playing back the beginning section of the song. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I recommend tapping your foot along with the 1, 2, 3, 4 to help you stay in time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now that we've got the timing down, let's look at the order that we need to play everything in to play the song back. Firstly, we'll use these 4 pads to play the melody like so. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next up, we're going to add the chords in, which run along the bottom 4 pads just here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The next section that we'll add in is the drums, which are on these 4 pads just here, and are played like so. Now, once you've got the hang of that, we're going to use the right hand to play the drums, and the left hand to play the melody and the chords, just like this. This section of the light show demonstrates how we layer sounds to create a full light show performance. The next section is the breakdown, and the first 4 bars of the breakdown can be found up on these pads just here. The breakdown is then continued for a further 4 bars on these 4 pads coming down the left here. Now, after this section comes the drop. Now, the drop section can be found just here, and this is where we're going to add a little bit more of a complex finish to help you develop a little bit of speed while you're playing your light shows. The first 3 bars can be played like so. And the last bar will require a little bit more speed and timing, so this is how it goes. So to explain that a little bit further, this pad plays for half a bar, and these 4 pads play for 1/8 of a bar each. Now, you may need to practice this one a few times, and that's absolutely fine. Now, once you've got that down, you can experiment with adding the chords to the drop section like so. Now, if you want a reminder of how to play the original song back in the way that we just showed you, then you can go to the Lights track, ensure that you're in the device view by clicking just down here, and turn this light show rack off. Then, ensure that you're still in the arrangement view by clicking just here, double-click the stop button to make sure you return to the beginning of the track, and then press play, which is spacebar. You'll then see that the pads light up to indicate which pads you should be pressing at what time to play back the original song. When you're ready to play the light show again, turn the light show rack back on and you'll be ready to go. Now feel free to experiment with playing these sounds in different orders to create your own unique performance. In the next video, we're going to point you towards some additional resources to help you make and perform Launchpad Lite shows.